Okay, looks like the AV boys in the back are telling me we're good to go. Shout out to the AV team, right? Always do a great job around here. They even threw this together for us back here, so shout out to those guys. So just bringing us together before our next Europa League game against Anderlecht. We haven't had a formal press conference since the end of the season. We'll talk about our end of season awards here in just a minute. But I know why you're really here. I know transfers sell papers, so that's why you're all here. But I also know if I give you the new transfers first, then you all are going to leave and start writing your articles. So let's go over the folks that were already on the team and that have re-signed new contracts, because I think that's important. And we got Christian Brandstrom, the youngster. He's up to $525 a week now. Hot prospect contract. He's 19. It's a 4-year deal. I think it's a phenomenal deal for both Christian and for us to allow him to continue his development. He will play a major part for us in the upcoming season. He's going to be challenging for some spots, which has come up in the media from you guys. Thanks for that. Luis, our goalkeeper, absolutely solid. We've got him up to a 3-year deal, $10K a week on a key player contract. He was injured, but he did a great job for us. Hey, there's another transfer rumor coming in. Yeah, okay, we'll look at that later. As I think some of you noticed at the end of last season, Esland actually signed a new contract with us. It's a 2-year deal. He's actually helped the club out a little bit, being the captain, leader of the squad, all that kind of stuff. He dropped his wages a little bit because he's getting up there a little bit, so it's still a key player contract. Don't tell him I'm gonna drop him to rotation. And he has a 30% sell-on fee because I think he knows he should probably be sold this upcoming season. We'll deal with that as we get to it. And then last but not least, in terms of the players that were already here, Nikola Bredin. As you all know, again, Luis went out injured. Bredin came in and did a phenomenal job for us. We've given him a pay bump and a 5-year deal at $1.3K a week on a rotation contract and like a 5% annual raise. So those are the players that were already here. Any questions on any of that? Yeah, I didn't think so because you all are already typing your articles up. So let's talk about the new players. But again, those AV boys, they've got something special planned for us. So we're gonna kick over to that part of the video, and I think they rolled a projector, over here. You guys, yeah, you can see that. So go ahead, boys, roll the video. Welcome to the 2034 Djurgårdens new signings. All right, my friends, first up, you've already seen him, but we never had a formal announcement about it, and I feel kind of bad. Hailing from Slovenia and coming to us from Olimpia Ljubljana, it's Alan Makura. We think he's got 5-star potential as a 19-year-old with already 14 senior caps for Slovenia. Great teammate, needs to continue to work on his technicals, and we've got him training on complete wingback right now. We picked him up for a transfer fee of just 200,000 euros on a 3-year deal. And his contract is 6K a week, a 5% annual raise, and a 20 million euro buyout. Next up is someone else you were all familiar with as well. We're glad to have him back for another season. Coming to us from Arsenal, it's Curtis Hall. You're all familiar with Curtis, and our continued relationship with Arsenal continues to pay off for both clubs. He's here again on a free loan to develop his skills further. As was reported in the media heavily last season, a bit too heavily for my taste. I know I've already mentioned that, but anyway, we needed to add some depth to our midfield. An American coming to us via Brøndby. Please help us welcome George Klein to the team in a ball-winning midfield role. At 23 years old, he can be a contributor now while continuing to grow his skills. George can play up and down the spine of the center of the pitch, but we'll use him primarily in midfield and maybe as a rotational option at center back. We paid Brøndby 600 grand and have George on a 5,250 a week contract for 3 years. The board say they're not exactly thrilled with some of the financial aspects of the deal, but I think he's worth it and will continue to push the likes of Hassan, Ing, and Castrati to be their best. We are always looking to add talent to our squad, and as I'm sure you've noted, we've got quite the connection with Brazil. Let me introduce you to Eloilson, a 21-year-old hot prospect striker that we are training in a complete forward role. We've got him up on a free, on a very favorable terms, 650 euros per week on a 4-year deal. We're thrilled to add him to the team. Lastly, we had a bit of a scare last year at the goalkeeping position with Elise going down with injury. Bredden stepped in and did a masterful job for us. We've already talked about that in the press conference. But if Bredden had gone down, we would have been in serious trouble. So we've been looking for a solid backup keeper to go with Elise and Bredden, and I think we found one. Coming to us from Croatia via Karlslands, it's Dean Dadic. We're going to rename him Dino Daddy, I believe. He's 23, a 6'5" monster between the posts, has solid determination, and overall a very solid backup keeper. We got him for a song from Karlslands for 250k and are paying him what he was making there. It's a 3-year deal with an option for a 4th year. Again, those are our new signings during this transfer window. Let's roll the intro. Hello, my friends. Welcome in. It's episode 26. Hopefully you enjoyed that intro. Took me a while to kind of figure out all those things. I had to make those country things with the flags myself, which meant I had to watch it or read a tutorial on how to, if you have an outline of something, how to paste inside of it, inside of GIMP, which was really cool. So if you enjoyed that, appreciate it if you hit the like button, leave a comment, say that was really cool. If you liked it, if you want to see more stuff like that, I thought it was just a little, like a simple way, kind of simple, a way to make the transfer window a little more interesting rather than just clicking through and going like, and here's a new one, and here's a new one, and here's a new one. But I am really excited about the players we did bring in from the ends. Obviously, we already saw Alan. We know Curtis. George, we might have paid a little much for him, right? 600k, but he's worth 1.2 million, primarily because we paid 600k, I'm sure. But he's 23. He's kind of like Hassan, just a couple years younger. So I'm good with him. And then, this guy looks good. Like I didn't show this on the intro. He's our 4th best striker, and our 3rd one is Esland, who's going to start falling off, and he's not really a striker anyway. But he's better than Jaakko Lapalainen and Arlison, so he's really our 4th best striker. And he's 21. We can't register him for the Champions League, though, unfortunately. At least I don't think so, because you're limited on the number of ins or the number of replacement players and all that kind of stuff. And then Dino Daddy, I mean, solid. We just need another. I got nervous, and we need another backup, and they got relegated and picked him up. So I wanted to show you the ones that gone out. We've sent a bunch of people out on loan, but you know most of this. Zafer left on a free. Robert Olsen went to Udinese. We already talked about all those. We've loaned out some youngsters. We did loan out Jan Ragnar Leifson again. Nobody wanted to buy him. I tried to sell him for 75k. Nobody was buying him. So essentially, we're gonna make $5,000 on his loan, 20 grand on the loan here. We paid 35. We're gonna lose 15 grand on him unless we can sell him in the summer window. But we've got him loaned out. They're paying his wages. It was worth a gamble. It just didn't pay off, primarily because his loan situations in Iceland didn't go well. They didn't play him. We've loaned Jakob Karlsson, who has a slight chance of being a backup for us. But really, it's more, hey, we're going to earn a little bit of profit, 3.3k on him, to make up for how long we've had him and training him and all that kind of stuff. So trying to break even. Leandro's gone back on loan to Ostersund's. Ostersund's, it felt like they kept coming in for all of our players, and I didn't loan everybody there, but it's almost like it felt like half the team from Ostersund's is going to be our loanees. And we're not, I don't think, affiliated with them, but things. But I'm quite happy with this. Loaned him out for $8,000 to him, then on a free, essentially paying his wages, and now we're making 27 grand on top of his wages. So we're starting to get a little bit of profit, and he's really developing, and he's worth 350 grand. So maybe next transfer window, we're not going to use him as a winger. We've already got an advanced or attacking midfielder or advanced playmaker in that role there. So we may try and sell him for 500, 600 grand. Net a tidy little profit there. And then Taheri, who lit it up, I want to say last season, yes, with Trelleborgs and the Superettan, has gone to Mariehamn in the Veikkausliiga in Finland for 45 grand. So kind of an interesting thing. If you look at, I should have clicked on the league that way. If you look at the leagues, right, 28th ranked league, where's the Superettan? Okay, Allsvenskan is 13th. I'll just look for Sweden. is 36. I want to say it said he was super Etten level, so it's kind of like in between. I'm interested to see if he lights it up in Finland. If he does, I think it'd be really good for his value. We've got him. We don't have a contract yet for the end of the year, but we're gonna give him, you know, until June, and when everyone starts trying to pick up players. It says he's surplus to requirements, and I don't know. I mean, he's scored goals. He's worth at least loaning out and seeing if we can get some value. So that was my thought there. We'll loan out some guys that are never going to make it, but that's what's going on. We've done another preseason friendly. Again, I'm trying to figure out the marketing aspect of this, or merchandising, I should say. So we went back to the second Bundesliga to try and drum up some interest in us, because it's the second year in a row. When we played essentially the same clubs, I dropped one of the games. I think we did 4 last season. I dropped one of the games because, well, this is a little bit earlier and we wanted to be ready for the Europa League. So we came back. We did a game against Nordic, which is one of our local rivals, netted us like 120 grand, and then we smashed this poor small team 8-0. But it's good for morale. So everyone, in general, is pretty happy, very good, all that good stuff. Let me show you the squads, right? So how we're lining up now is Mietinen, Vukojevic, Eriksson, Castrati, Hassan, Ing, Yalali, Rundstrom, Garincer, Krastrov, Luis. Same as last year. What's changed is kind of the bench, right? So we got Braden, Makura, who is that left back again. Really good. Really good. Happy with him. Kassalainen, because I feel a little guilty. We may end up selling him, even though he loves us. So I'm probably going to be guilt-tripped into keeping him. Hugo Janssen, who, my friends, exciting news, now has relative knowledge of the position, even though he's not great at it. He's an option. He's worth 500 grand. How? Okay, sure. I guess it's because he's played a lot. George Klein. I thought it might be Jorge, but he's American and he doesn't look like a Jorge. So we're going to go with George with the J, which is interesting. Because he can play. He's really a preferred center back, but he's kind of like Charles in that he can play center back, but he also knows the ball midfield role, and I like his aggression. Not as determined, but he could do the job there as a backup. So he's kind of a versatile player for us. Dennis Matson, you already know. Lapalainen. I was going to have Roberto, but he has a concussion, I want to say. Yes, and he's almost back from it. So he's on the bench. But that's our squad today. As we host Anderlecht, we're playing control flexible. Work the ball in the box. Here we go. I'm going to remember this time. Ooh. Oh my. He's already banged in a goal. Look at that. 90 minutes, 7.3. I'm going to remember to do extended highlights this time. Right from the beginning. We're not going to skip the first 20 minutes of the game. So, I'd love to know what your thoughts on the signings are and on the video. I think I already said that, but I'm going to say it again because I'm stalling for time. And I could cut this out, but we also picked up, you can see Eskilstuna is in our group, and they got, let's check actually. I want to say they got promoted. So I think that's quite interesting. Yep. Oh, he could play. But he's not super fit. I like Lapalainen. Well, at home, we'll let Lapalainen have a game. Eskilstuna is, yes, they got promoted to our division. So they did the job we couldn't do. So congratulations to them. That'll be a game we'll have to show. So they are favored, but just slightly. And they've got some injuries. Of course, we've got some injuries. Broken nose. Yeah, wear a mask, mate. It's fine. And our match sharpness has suffered a little bit because of not having as many games, but I think we're still in pretty good shape. I'm curious to see what their match sharpness looks like. Hey, numbers, welcome to the team. I'm really excited about Makura. Really excited about Makura. I think he's gonna push Krastrov, who's a couple years older. So they're playing a 4-2-3-1. We might drop the counter and draw their fullbacks up. But for now, we go as we do, and we see how it goes. Even though it makes me nervous. We can adapt to any situation. Okay, so it's raining. That helps with playing more long ball rather than control, so maybe we do go counter at home. I just don't... Oh, whoop, wait a minute. We missed a minute 29, but you know what? It's fine. Extended highlights. Okay, it doesn't have their sharpness. Okay, he's at 93. They're much more sharp than us. Great. That's gonna go well. But we're gonna nick one here. No, Yalali. Hassan, Vukievich, Castrati, someone go for goal, friends. Oh, we got men back. Come on. Hassan, there you go, mate. There you go. Good to see you. Good to see you. I may be a little smaller. I'm just looking at my screen than I am normally. Okay, they've edged possession, but just barely. That's fine. That's fine, lads. We got them where we want them. We're completing passes really well. It says it's not the best weather. I don't see any rain on my screen. Could be crazy. You want to do a short passing play? I'm thinking we're going to go. I mean, it's only been 15 minutes, but we're going to change the counter. Drawing them up seems like a good idea. We're not 61 to 60% is not dominating headers. So we're superior in the air. Whatever. I disagree. Is Yalali going to get overrun here? And maybe I should drop. Oh, there he goes. Oh, it's headed away though. Collect it. Get rid of it. Oh, he has some space, but straight to Luis. Actually, let's change. If we're gonna play, no, it's fine. I think we can play counter this way. I was gonna put him on support, but it's always good when you're second guessing yourself 17 minutes into the game. Here we go. Highlight for us. Ing. Eriksson. Castrati take that time I asked for, I was thinking take a crack at it, but that's not what we're going for. Estlund is injured. That's why. Well, he's also doesn't like a big match, and Eriksson has improved. So, key player for Estlund. It's one of those things where with the agent asked for the sell-on fee, so you got to think they're like, yeah, I know he's gonna get sold, like, right? Like, it's got to be. It's a damaged heel. Can he? He feels he can continue. Okay. But are they going to take advantage on the left wing? Headed away by Gorenser. Watch the left over here. Oh, lads. That's Castrati. He's helping him out. Good coverage there by the central midfielder. Intercepted by Ing. Gets it to Miettinen, not Eriksson. I don't know where Eriksson's at. Where's he at? Vukievich just surrounded. That was not the ball to play. The guy who's surrounded by 3 defenders. You could have done better. Okay. Oh, I thought we were going to get to that. Where's Eriksson? There he is. They've got an injury as well. Maybe it was a collision with Krastrev and that guy. Castillo deflects off Krastrev in his wounded ankle, heel. Oh, that was... Oh! Yes! What a save. That was a save, right? That looked like a save to me. We're trying to avoid giving up the away goal, he says, before they're dispossessed and they give up the away goal. It was good timing. I should have said we're trying to win the game. Please? Please? Anybody? Castillo. Oh, Krastrev with the damaged heel is done in. Rundstrom's there. Ing chests it down nicely. I thought he was going to just volley it up the field. Vukievich gets it to Miettinen. They're getting back in numbers, though. They're getting quite back in numbers. How do we break this team down? Poor pass. Yalali decides not. But it's like, I thought you had it. I thought we each had it. Nobody has it. Hassan commits. Okay, that's fine. Concentrate, lads. Let's go, boys. Injured. We do have a good backup. He could shake off the slight injury. Okay, guys, 73% seems to be unaffected. Yes, Krastrev, giant. What is his injury here? He's coming back from injury, so we didn't injure him. He's central midfielder. Should have noticed that probably at the beginning of the game. No. Come on, ref. Blow on, ref. Look at the added time, ref. Come on, mate. Come on. Don't. This is gonna be a goal, isn't it? Right at that. Okay. You just felt like that moment where you're sitting there going, right. It's minimum a minute, but do this for our fans. I want to say I'm far from pleased, but I'm not going to. I am going to yell at our attackers. Except I'm going to say, you've been unlucky so far. I want to be positive. You weren't that bad. You weren't that bad. How do we break this team down? Maybe we'll tell them exploit the right flank. You're not playing well. Look, these guys are playing horrifically, but, you know, things... I think we're going to leave it on counter. Again, we're trying to draw them up. This is one of those games where I'd love if I had all the time in the world to play, like, full games so I could see where the gaps were, you know, what was going on with their defensive line, how deep is it. Yalali, though, is crossing it into the side netting. Got all excited for nothing. Matenin is, oh, goodness. I mean, both strikers are having, I believe it's a mare of a game, is the phrase. Yalali from, okay, he's right back. My sides are mixed up. Is Matenin going to drop to a 5-point something? Having a poor game. We're going to take him off. We gave him 10 minutes, gave him a run up. Lapalainen's going to save us. Apparently. He says, super convinced. Let's try. I'm going to take their advice and try hitting the early crosses and floating them in. I'm not going to pump the ball in the box. But maybe, because we do now have 64% of the headers, so maybe Lapalainen is a natural target man, I want to say. Or he knows it very well, at least, even though he's not like 6'4". Collects it. Eriksson. Maybe this is what we need. We just need to get the ball forward faster. Maybe I should go more direct passing. Who knows? That's always good if you're let's get the coach cam on the sideline. He's like, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do this other thing. I don't know. That was a poor ball. That was poor. Where was that going? Did he think, I guess, Lapalainen was going to run into that space where the 6-yard box hits the end line? Now they look at all, like, they've got runners. They're doing the overlap. Oh, Yalali has just completely whiffed. And Josu tries to karate kid it. Interesting. Interesting take, my friends. Oh, Vukojevic, come on, mate. Come on. We're going to start demanding more. Oh, I don't know what to do. I feel like I should do... It's like the feeling of I should do something. But what is that something? They've taken the injury off. Right, lads. Yeah, let's just see if we get another highlight. Do we take off Vukojevic and bring in a winger? Like bring in Hugo Janssen, even though we don't play with wingers? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, they're playing 4-2-3-1. Now they're playing 4-2-1-3. But that's interesting. I don't know what to do. We're going to bring on Makura. We're going to go back to control. Some of you may hate when I do this. I apologize if that's the case, but I'm just, like, in my head, it's like, it's hard to figure stuff out on the fly, if that makes sense. Do we bring in Hugo Janssen in the wing and tell him to look for the overlap? Or have him cut in? So he's right-footed. He could go here and cut in. We're going to try. We're going to try overloading the right. This may be a mistake. So but we're going to try it. We're going to try shorter passing. So that way Yalali, I'd like Janssen. Do we put him in as a Romdeuter? I've never used one. Sure. No. Early cross. Driftstorm has assigned position. if he's going to drift, maybe he'll bring somebody with him, and then Yalali can take that space. Maybe. Let's try it. We're probably going to concede. Go make a difference. They're both loving it. I know that was probably like 2 minutes of video. It's hard to think through things in the moment. So let's get our subs on, and we're going to demand more. Because it looks to me like they're going more defensive, right? With the two DMs, and I'm thinking shorter passing to help break that down. Of course, we'll concede here, and none of this will matter, even though they've gone more defensive, of course. Oh, Luis! I was nervous about that. Another highlight for them. This is probably the wrong decision then. Yalali, though, clears it. Oh, nobody's there, though. I thought we were going to have, like, the runner hanging off of the back shoulder of the center backs and getting into space there. Oh, Yalali commits. Luis knocks it aside. Yeah, let's just do this, lads. Yep. Yeah. Did I say control? I meant counter. That's... Headed away. Eriksson. Okay, can we get... Confidence is back. Castrati clears. Oh. Stop him. Get in front of him. Oh, he's chipped it through. They've got runners now. No one is stepping. Yalali's there, though. Ooh, back pass with the goalkeeper. Once again, waving to his girlfriend in the crowd. Pretty lady. Oh, the game's still going. Really? It's coming towards me? I should turn around. Oh, they're looking like professionals here. They've skied it. Come on, boys. Now it's more hang on. You know, overload the right. I think it makes sense. Put players on the right. We got the box-to-box midfielder. Even if it doesn't work out, I think logically it makes sense. You're overloading the right. He says, trying to convince himself. I hate when it does this. Oh, come on, boys. Nick that back. Come on. Maybe I should get stuck in, too. Late corner. This is what you would call... This is like we would say to the World Cup, stupid foul time. That wasn't a foul, but a late corner. Headed away. Oh, okay, they are battering us, my friends. Nick it back and then just boot it from the halfway line so that the goalkeeper is off his line and it goes in. For us. Not for you. For us. For us. For us. For us. For us. For us. No. No. So what's the game plan in the away leg? Cleared, Garenser. Thank you. We've survived. I think that's an acceptable result. You'd rather win, but now if we can get a 1-1 draw, we win because we have the away leg. Well, I'm gonna say well done. He's already looking motivated. I'm gonna leave it. I want to yell at our strikers, but I'm not going to. Injured. Oh, how is he not bothered by it in the game, but then he's out for a week and a half? Anybody? You've managed to extend our impressive run over Anderlecht. What run? All right, my friends. When we come back, we will be playing. We're going to come right back. We're going to do Eskilstuna and Anderlecht because, well, they just got promoted. That may not be as interesting a game. We may do that one on key highlights and then Anderlecht, obviously, on extended highlights. But, you know, former club that was trying to give us the boot. Let's go smash their faces in, shall we? All right. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like button, leave a comment. Check out that stuff that's popping up over here and up there and all that kind of stuff. That's my cursor, by the way, again. But, again, shout out to my patrons. Hold on a second. All right, I've got it pulled up here. I remember we're going to go over the patrons that have supported me in January and February because I think I did January, but I want to make sure I don't leave these people out. So Rivlud and Heino Goodmanson, thank you so much for joining in January. Your first patronage came in obviously in February. And then also, who joined in February? Thomas, I'm sorry, Thomas, is it Vilman? You're the AIK fan in the comments that wants me to get sacked, but I still love you because you're supporting the channel. And am I forgetting somebody? I am. Dustin Kraus, thank you for your support. We will get the folks that joined in March next time. If you're interested in that, again, by now this has already disappeared, and I already said check out the stuff next to my face, and then there was nothing next to my face. But check out this stuff here. This is my Patreon page, how you can financially support the channel, and up there is another series for you to check out. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next time. Let's go. Do you think we can get the can we get the away win at Anderlecht? Maybe.